Om Namah Shivaya. Today, in the documentary series on life of Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nathji Maharaj, we bring today two important aspects of his life. One associated with his primary guru, Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj, and another with his mother goddess Mahakali, Kali Mai. We will take you to Sainch Valley, which is on the other side, where Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj, Kaulantak Nath's guru, resides. And we will take you around Banjar Valley, where I am presently standing, to Mahakali Gufa, where Kaulantak Nath has done his sadhana. Kaulantak Nath, being a descent of divinity on this planet, did not really have an easy life for his spiritual journey, and every sadhak, every aspirant on the spiritual journey must remember this fact, that even if the person is an avatar, his life is not very easy when he chooses the path of spirituality. Kaulantak Nath's family did not support him, neither he got any support from his society when he chose this path of spirituality. So, standing under this beautiful apricot tree, we start this third documentary in the series, where we'll show you his association with his mother goddess and his guru. So let's enjoy the association. We are here in the Sainch Valley in Kullu district of Himachal Pradesh. This area also comes under Kaulantak Peeth. The reason we are here today is because the mountain Khandadhar Parvat, the mountain range of Khandadhar, starts from this valley, and behind this mountain, somewhere in a hidden way, Mahahimalayadhipati, Mahahimalayeshwar, Sakal Peethadhipati, Sarvakalanayak, Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj resides. Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj is the main guru, master of Kaulantak Nath. Even though Kaulantak Nath has had 38 divine gurus, but amongst them the primary, the chief guru is Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj. And life story of Kaulantak Nath is incomplete without singing glories of the personality of Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj. This mountain that you are seeing here has another mountain on the right side of it called Raktisar. There is a lake also by the same name. The legend has it that Bhagwati Mateshwari killed Rakt Bij demon over there. There is a small lake with oxidized water which has the appearance of red color in it. Mahahimalayadhipati Sri Siddhant Nathji Maharaj is believed to be an immortal Siddha of Himalaya. Apart from Kaulantak Nath, his three Guru brothers, Bhairavi Mrigakshi and Tivra Bahu, are the only people who have actually seen this elusive Siddha of Himalaya. Nobody really knows where he comes from, where he was born, what is his real name, and where he stays. He is a traveling Siddha who does not stay in one place for a very long time. He keeps moving in the Himalayan ranges from one place to another and is primarily known by the epitaph of Sri Siddhanath Maharaj. He is a Surya Yogi, a yogi who has transcended the physical limitation of this world. He doesn't eat the food that we consider as food. He thrives and survives primarily on sunlight and other sukshma and subtle cosmic rays. He is an adept, a siddha in various art forms, kalas, and Mahayogi Kaulantak Nathji, if he is what he is today, the main credit goes to Sri Siddhanath Maharaj. He is the person, he is the personality who has made Mahayogi ji a Mahayogi, who has made Kaulantak Nath, and who has transformed a village boy in IshaPutra.
Right now, at this moment, I'm at Saints Valley, and down there, River Parvati is flowing. You can hear her sound, and right over there, there is a hill, and beside that, behind that hill, the mountain, the hilly range of Khandadhar starts, and Khandadhar is that hilly range where His Holiness Reverend Mahayogi Sri Siddhantanath Maharaj dwells. That is his place, that is his hills. Actually, he's the Lord of all the Himalayas, but that's the place where he stays. And he's the Guru of our Mahayogi Kaulantak Nath, Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji. He's our Mahaguru. And he's still believed to be there. But nobody knows who he is and what he is and what his background is. He has been in mystery for so long and will be in mystery for always. He is a kind of a yogi who doesn't want to reveal himself, but yet has an active participant in the revival of dharma and all related things with the dharma. He produces many avatars and he fixes them and he sends them to the society for the upliftment of dharma. He is one of those elite people who is always walking at the back of the stage. Or you can say, if this world is a grand stage, and if we are the actors, and if dharma is the storyline, then he is one of the directors. He's the only director who directs the movie, who produces a character, and who at the end always makes truth the victorious. And this time he has sent Kaulantak Peeth Sri Mahayogi Sri Satyendranath Ji to this society for the upliftment of dharma. This time he's on a new script, and this time he's directing a new show, and this time Kaulantak Peeth Sri Mahayogi Satyendranath is the new protagonist. I don't have any words for him, because even if one sees him, his life is completed, because no one has ever seen him. He remains in mysteries. There is no photo of him available till date. Yes, you can find a sketch of him in Mahayogi Satyendranath book, Dainik Guru Sadhana, but that's just a sketch. That sketch was done by an artist under the permission of Sri Kaulantak Peeth Sri Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji. It's very rare a person like us getting his getting his darshan, or let's say getting his view. But still, if we walk on and walk on and walk on, then one day we surely gonna reach him. And he's the only person who plants yogis like Mahayogi Satyanath to this world. And let's hope that one day we'll have his guidance, and we'll also have his view, and we can complete our life in this way.
As you have heard about Sakal Peethadipati, Sarva Kala Nayak, Mahahimalayeshwar, Shri Siddhanath Ji Maharaj. He took IshaPutra Kaulantak Nath with him at the age of 3. He took Kaulantak Nath with him and taught all the sciences. In Hindi we call as all the Vidya, all sciences, everything to Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra. And after making him complete in all the sciences, even though he sent him to other 38 gurus to make Kaulantak Nath himself a grand personality, a perfect person. He didn't have any type of selfishness in him. As he was the guru and he taught everything, then Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra should be there with him only. Other than this, he sent Mahayogi to other 38 gurus to make him a complete person. So, even though I am standing here in this valley of Senj, I am able to feel the Lord, the Himalayadhipati. Himalayadhipati, even though I am here in the place Senj Valley, I can feel Himalayadhipati, Sakal Peethadipati, Sarva Kala Nayak, Mahahimalayeshwar, Sri Siddhanath Ji Maharaj, and I can feel in the trees in this whole area, and I can feel him.
What is really astonishing is the fact that such a grand personality as Sri Siddhanath Ji Maharaj, living amongst this valley on this mountain range, and nobody, not even a single person, a native of this place, has any idea that such a personality is living in this valley. Rahasya Peeth, a mysterious and secretive peeth, seat of knowledge of Himalaya. This is the speciality of Kaulantak Peeth, that even though one becomes such a grand personality, becoming that grand personality also comes with the talent and being a siddha in hiding one's abilities and capabilities and mixing among the common folk as just another person without making them aware that the next person is actually a siddha, grand personality.
You see the river over here? This river is known as Senj River, and this river has its origin from the last mountain range, or let's say hill range of Khandadhar mountain ranges and Raktasir. And this river has its own importance because Mahayogi with his guru on the banks of this river performed so many sadhanas and penances. So this river flows with the essence of Mahayogi's his childhood days, as well as all his part and parcels of all the sadhanas and the thing that he acquired from the nature. This river has its own value. So let me do a tarpan for Mahayogi ji, or for the whole world, for world peace.
When Kaulantak Nath used to stay with Shri Siddh Siddhanath Ji Maharaj, Shri Siddh Siddhanath Ji Maharaj used to teach Kaulantak Nath all the vidyas, all the sciences. But in this wilderness, in this high ranges of Himalaya, there used to be no paper or pen. So Shri Siddh Siddhanath Ji Maharaj used to use papyrus paper, Bhojpatra, and whatever naturally occurring bark of tree which can be easily made into something similar to paper, and certain fluid secretion of plants as ink, or if these are also not available, then they used to learn about stars and constellation and different yantras, their drawings and their geometries on stones or on flat surface with ash from dhuna, the fire, spread out, and by using a long stick, Shri Siddh Siddhanath Ji Maharaj would draw the constellation, the yantras, and teach Kaulantak Nath. Shri Siddh Siddhanath Ji Maharaj knew everything about the universe, but he never expressed any desire to meet anybody in the universe. He was complete in himself and with no desire to meet anybody, just roaming the Himalaya on his own.
Right now I am in Senj Valley. So we can see here lots of industrialization is going on. See, these are the hydropower projects things. They have as a storage place, they are using this place. So the main thing is, as the Before it was a silent place, and it was whole covered by forest and hills, mountains, and very less number of persons used to come here. But as in modern age, in modern times, the roads have reached very much up in the hills. Lots of villages are have been settled. Lots of villages are there. Lots of people are moving from down to up. So while moving in this way, uh, lots of unnatural things are happening. That is, first of all, before as you know, the Himalaya, the Himachal Pradesh, the whole Himalaya is the valley of gods. So as the crowds, the groups of people are moving up and up, the spiritual powers which resides in these hills and mountains, these trees, etc., all are leaving this place, as per Mahayogi Satyendranath ji. As and and even peoples are addicted to this liquor, and crimes is also going on.
As you can see around me, in this beautiful natural surrounding, we have these dump of modern industrialized age. The divine powers of these valleys are going to a higher plane because of this encroachment of man on these lands. The imbalance caused by the activity of industrialized men in these valley, because of this construction going on of the hydropower projects, the roads, and other such industrialized activities going on, is bringing a large influx of people from various regions of the country. And a lot of them are having these wrong resolution in life, wrong ideas and wrong thinking. Because of that, the purity of this land is being compromised. Crimes are increasing. People are dumping lots of garbage in this area. This whole area is becoming dirty. And divine energies, the divine yogis, do not reside in dirty places. It's very important for devas and gods to have purity of the land, to maintain the sanctity of the nature. So this is not a very good news for us. We have also heard from Kaulantak Nath that certain divine yogis of these Himalayan ranges are leaving the bodies. They're leaving their own bodies. Even though a lot of divine yogis are leaving their bodies out of their own free will and going to higher planes and higher astral realms, we should not get too disheartened, because as and when they are leaving, there are many yogis who are descending also from higher planes on this land. So hopefully, with the descent of Mahayogi Kaulantak Nath, and hopefully other Mahayogis, there would be certain positive changes in this Himalayan valley, and this valley of God would again live up to its own name in coming days.
Kaulantak Peeth is a mysterious spirit. We have been telling this again and again. And Mahayogi is more mysterious than the Kaulantak Peeth itself. And His Holiness Mahayogi Sri Siddha Siddhantanath Maharaj is even more mysterious, because the only thing that can describe him well is the word called mystery. Nobody knows where he's from and where was his birthplace, or where he's going to be in future, or what his next master plan is going to be. He's an unpredictable yogi. He roams around the Himalayas. He has already lost the notion of bodily concepts. And let me tell you one thing about Yogiji. He used to be a yogi before. He still is a yogi, right? But those days he used to practice yoga because he had this concept that the God, the Supreme God, is only realized by going formless, or being without being attribute. I mean, going beyond attribute. Like in Hinduism, there is a word for that, and it's called Parampita Brahma. So the supreme person can only be only be deciphered by for formlessness. He used to think this, but later on, when his guru made him do Mahakali sadhana in that cave, then Mahakali took a form. I mean, she's a formless goddess, right? But she came and she women human form, and she gave her the darshan. So this changed the whole notion of God concept to of Mahayogi. He now decided to think about this, that God can be pursued in attributes form as well, and in form as well. So after that, he went to the hill, and he meditated there, and in that time, Mata Kali again gave him darshan for like 3 or 4 hours. So that started the whole journey of Tantra for him. That is where Tantra started to rise for him, and Tantra started to bloom for him. So can the Supreme God, the formless God, the God without no attributes, can he present himself in a human form? This is a great question to be answered, and Mahayogi had an answer with him. So this really depends on people, how they take the answers and how they interpret it. So what do you think? Is it possible for a formless and non-attribute God to present himself in form and with attributes? This is a question that seldom has a good answer.
The exact location, exact spot, or the exact house where Kaulantak Nath was born is in Larji. It was a small house when Kaulantak Nath took birth on Janmashtami, Krishna Janmashtami, a very auspicious day. He took birth very early in the morning, around Brahma Muhurt. Very auspicious day, very auspicious timing. And the place where he took birth is a confluence of 3 rivers, one coming from Sanj, one Tirthan Nadi, Tirthan River, and the other Parvati River. Very, very good location. The house where he took birth used to be one of the 2 or 3 houses in the whole area. It was a very undeveloped area where Kaulantak Nath's father was posted in a post office. So the post office was at the ground floor where Kaulantak Nath's father was working. The first floor was where Kaulantak Nath took birth. Around that area there was this small temple, rather a tree where Bholenath, Shiv Shankar, Shivling was there. There used to be Babaji, who used to have his hut, a kutia nearby. But all that has changed now with the urbanization. Instead of Babaji's kutia, we have a small market now. And that small post office and the house has become also a little bit modernized.
Okay, I'm here at the riverside, and you can see a hill over there, and also a cave over there, and just below the cave there is another cave over there, and a shelter over there as well. Let me tell you, why did he choose those caves? He used to go to the mountains and learn various spiritual practices and sciences from his teachers, and he used to come to his house, and he used to go in search of places where he could practice those things taught to an extreme level. Extremity is the only way to perfection. Had he not been an extreme person, he would have never been the head of Kaulantak Peeth. Okay, you see the cave over there? It's the place where he used to meditate, because it provides the shelter from the rain and from atmosphere weathers as well. And just below the cave, there is another cave where you have to crawl inside, and there is a place to lay down. And he used to go there and he used to rest there as well. And he particularly chose this cave because you see this river over there. To go to that cave, one has to cross this river. And he usually used to meditate at night time, so people won't cross the rivers at night. And to reach over that cave, there is only one bridge, and that bridge is like 2 kilometers away from here. So there won't be any unwanted visitors at night. So the night is the perfect time for Siddhas to practice meditation, because no one disturbs them. So he used to come from his house. It's like 6 kilometer walk. He used to come here, go there and meditate to an extreme level, because to become someone, to become something, you have to cross the extremity. So this is how he used to come here and he used to meditate, and now he's a Kaulantak Peethadiswar.
Right now I am at the entrance of the cave known as Old Mahakali Cave or Mahayogi Cave, because our Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji, he did a lots of sadhanas over here, and here lies a lots of mysteries, secrets related to Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji. Even from long places, people come here to visit the cave and to know about who is Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji and the related things to him. Here we can see this is the entrance. It's a big cave. This is the entrance, and right in front of me there is a place made for doing havan. It's a havan kund. This was made by his shishyas, Kaulantak Nath Mahayogi Satyendra Nath ji's shishyas and his disciples, his followers. Though that havan kund is made, and inside the cave space there is the statue of Mahakali.
see this thing over here? There is ashes. This is called the dhuna of the sages. They make this is round in shape, right? But normally it is like square shape, and they put the logs over there, and they use it to ignite the fire, so that they can always remain near the fire, and the fire will also protect them from animals and from extreme climates. So this is where his dhuna was. I mean, this was his dhuna. And let me show you some other thing. See over here. This is the idol of Lord Bhairavnath. Lord Bhairavnath is one of the manifestation of Shiva himself, and at that side is Lord Hanuman, Bajrangbali Hanuman. And Lord Hanuman was the servant of Lord Rama, and he's also known as the Dut of Mother Kali. So this cave is basically Mata Kali's cave, and the best thing about this cave is that the temperature inside is always constant, or let's say it's always suitable for the sadhaks or practitioner, because at the summertime when it's hot outside, the temperature over there becomes quite cool, and in winter when the temperature outside is very cold, it's quite warm inside. So this is the best place for any sadhak to meditate, because it provides shelter and also some spiritual and weather benefits to people. It's like the cave taking care of the sadhaka, so that the sadhaka can progress in his sadhanas. And another thing, Kaulacharya's Devi, or they worship Mahakala, and she is Mahakali. So she is the goddess of Kaulantak Peeth, and Kaulantak Peethadishwar Mahayogi Satyendra Nath meditated her to impress her, and he got the darshan as well of her in human form. So this is all over the cave right now.
So this is a very big cave right outside the town of Balichoki, and this cave is very rich in its history and its association with Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra. When Kaulantak Nath was undergoing his Dikshas under the guidance of Sri Siddhantanji Maharaj, during the time when Kaulantak Nath was doing sadhana for Kalibai, Mahakali, then Kaulantak Nath chose this place for majority of his sadhana. Also because of certain troubles in his family, controversies in his family, he had to leave his family, and he started to live in this cave. He used to go to college also from this cave, and he would come here and do his sadhana. When he was living here, this cave was not this developed. There was this statue of Kalibai, Mother Goddess. This tiles was not there. There was just mud and a sack where Mahayogiji used to sit. This was primarily his sleeping area, and only he used to be living here. His other shishyas, his other disciples used to stay outside, but they used to come often here to check on Mahayogiji, because his sadhana became very extreme in this cave. He would get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, start doing his mantra jap, and that would continue till 2 a.m. Then he would get some sleep for 2 hours, then get up again in the morning, go to the river bank at 4 o'clock in the morning, Brahma Muhurt, take his bath with cold water, come back and continue his sadhana. So during this extreme penance, there was a time when he even left eating fruits or milk, which was his primary diet at that time, So he would become very weak and still continued his mantra jap. He would be hardly able to lift his hand. So the disciples who were staying with Kaulantak Nath at that time would be very worried and would come in and check if Mahayogi ji is alright. But they were not allowed to stay here, and this place was only reserved for Kaulantak Nath, and because of that the sanctity of the place has also been maintained. It's very spiritually charged place, very peaceful, and it has to be experienced to know what exactly this place is all about. This cave is not just this much. Behind me is statue of Mother Goddess made of cement, but there's another head of Kalimai made of bronze on the other side. Then this cave does not end here, but it continues further ahead also. But it has been closed by Kaulantak Nath, so nobody can go in that part of the cave now. So when Kaulantak Nath was doing his sadhana under guidance of Sri Siddhanath Ji Maharaj, his guru, it is said by people and his disciple that because of Kaulantak Nath's extreme penance, Mother Goddess Kalimai herself took a human form and came to get prasad from Kaulantak Nath. But because of her Leela, Kaulantak Nath could not recognize her at that time, that the woman he is giving prasad to is none other than his beloved mother Kali, for whom he was doing his sadhana. So, realizing the fact that he has actually met Kalimai but did not recognize her, he became very agitated and decided on to do even more extreme penance. So then Sri Siddhananji Maharaj called on him and asked him to go to another mountain, Garudasan mountain, also known locally as Gadgadasan mountain. So he then left this cave and went via Bunga to Gadgadasan mountain, and there he continued with his sadhana with even more extremities and vigor. And we do not know much details about what happened there, and we can't really give you any evidence, but we believe, and a lot of other people also have this firm belief, that Mother Goddess herself appeared in front of Kaulantak Nath on Garudasan Parvat, Garudasan mountain, and in the form of a woman, and spent 3 to 4 hours with him, which is very rare. I haven't heard of that in the history. She spent around 4 hours with Kaulantak Nath on Garudasan mountain, and until the very end of the talk, conversation with the Divine Mother, Kaulantak Nath had no idea that he was talking with Divine Mother. But towards the end, after spending 3 hours with her, he realized that she is none other than the Divine Goddess, Bhagavati. But she left her some time after that, and Kaulantak Nath had to come back to be among us mortals. So this cave is associated with that part of Kaulantak Nath's past. Bhairavi Mrigakshi and other sadhak used to stay here from different sects, learning from Kaulantak Nath, taking care of him during his sadhana, extreme penance. But after a while, what happened was the local population here got this understanding, rather misconstrued the whole thing, that Kaulantak Nath wants to take over this cave. So they started to spread this false rumor that Kaulantak Nath is sitting here to get money or something as irrelevant and stupid like that. Kaulantak Nath obviously did not like it a bit, and he just left this cave. He hasn't done sadhana after that in this cave. And then this cave was given this modern shape after that. This whole tiles was created, the floor was made all proper after that.
This place, you know, you can see the water over here. It's quite deep, and Mahayugi, when he used to come for a bath up from this cave, he usually used to come at this place, because at that particular area there used to be cremation ground. They used to burn the bodies of dead people over there. So to avoid avoid them, he used to come here. He used to take a shower over here and even swim over here. At this place, the water is quite deep. So he used to come here, have a shower, take a bath, swim, and then again go there and start his own sadhana from where he left yesterday.
We are making this documentary series not to portray Kaulantak Nath as some supernatural being. We want to show him as a village boy who became the Lord of Kaulantak Peeth, an avatar, through his sadhana, through his association with his gurus. Kaulantak Nath may be many things to many person. For some, he is a Mahayogi. For some, he is an avatar. For some, he is Paramatma, Bhagwan. For some, he is a friend. And for some, he is just another person whom they love. Why they love him, we don't know. But that love is there. For us, we love IshaPutra, and we are part of Kaulantak Peeth team. So we and the whole Kaulantak Peeth believes firmly that Kaulantak Nath is an avatar. We do not want to make you believe in our ideology. We do not want you to believe anything what we are saying. We do not want you to convert to another religion. Neither we want you to come searching for Kaulantak Nath. Some curiosity was there in general public about Kaulantak Nath, and there was this need of a documentary in English. So we are making this documentary in English. Also, in future, we do not want anybody to come up and start telling lies about Kaulantak Nath. So we want to have a documented visual and audio evidence of what really is. His guru, Sri Siddhanath Ji Maharaj, is an immortal Siddha of Himalaya. How can an immortal Siddha who is adept at changing his physical appearance at will be justifiably portrayed in a documentary series? It's not just possible when the person can take any physical form and appear anywhere at his own whim. So, for us to justifiably portray Kaulantak Nath and his gurus in a documentary is very difficult. So, instead of relying on the miracles, which are a lot in his life, we have totally avoided all such incidents like Bhagavati, divine goddess, spending 3 to 4 hours with Kaulantak Nath. How can we justifiably portray such a fantastic thing? It's not possible. So, we want to primarily connect with humane and simple aspects of Kaulantak Nath's life, and yet hint upon his divine qualities, because it cannot be ignored, because he is what he is an avatar, and he has descended on this planet, so truth has to be told. So we are covering as much as possible without getting ourselves too much entangled in miracles or metaphors or even divine incidents in his life. Kaulantak Nath does not want or does not need to be promoted or made public, his life being made public. We who are part of Kaulantak Peeth team are doing it, making all his videos, all his pictures and things and events associated with his life public. Why we are doing it? Because it's our right. Kaulantak Nath has become the Lord of Kaulantak Peeth, and the sadhak, people who believe in Kaula Sampradaya, Kaulachar, people who love Kaulantak Peeth, who are across the world, want to know about Mahayogi Satyendra Nath Ji, IshaPutra. So we are making this documentary. It is not intended for general public or for public television. We do not want to attract followers by making them believe what we are saying here. But since now that we are making a lot of events of Kaulantak Nath's life public, in future many critics who are already rising will come up with all sorts of nonsensical arguments about Kaulantak Peeth or Kaulantak Nath's life. So we want to make the record straight from the very beginning. We want to clear the water while we make this documentary of what truth is. So this documentary would be sort of a evidence as we go along, shutting all the critics. Slowly in our series we'll unveil many such mysterious aspects of Kaulantak Nath's life, how he is an avatar, a supreme leader of Kaulacharya, and all Agam and Nigam knowledge stream of Himalaya, of Shiv and Shakti. If somebody comes asking about Kaulantak Nath from general public in his village, they wouldn't know anything. If somebody comes and try to get opinion from his family, they wouldn't know much either. Because this is a mystery, a mysterious Peeth, a Rahasya Peeth, which has always been shrouded in mysteries. So, for a lame person who is just curious to know about Kaulantak Nath, it would be very difficult to trace the footsteps because in general public there is no information available. We are giving the information or portraying him to the best of our abilities, but then every guru is promoted by their disciples. Disciples have always been known to worship their gurus, and perhaps in their zeal they might even exaggerate a few things. So we have tried to not indulge in such activities by singing hymns or singing his glories, because that's not our purpose, to promote him to general public. This is only been made because there was a request by people who believe in Shiv and Shakti, tradition of Kaulacharya, and people who love Kaulantak Nath. So this video series, the documentary series, is intended for a very specific audience. For somebody who is inquisitive about Kaulantak Nath, he or she should not really rely on the public media, the mass media, because the public media is not for information, it's for entertainment. Most of the media houses are private organizations working for their own TRP ratings. So they would twist and turn anything to meet their TRP or their hidden agenda of their sponsors. So instead of relying on public media, which will obviously be biased, since these days all the dharm gurus are being targeted by the media houses under certain orchestrated agenda. So in these times, one should not rely on public media for information, right information on Kaulantak Nath. If somebody is interested in knowing about Kaulantak Nath, they can contact Kaulantak Peeth team, and Kaulantak Peeth team would do their best to answer. However, Kaulantak Peeth team will not be answerable to media houses or a person who is a critique, because we have nothing to do with a critique or somebody who with mal intention towards Kaulantak Nath or Kaulantak Peeth. We do not want to say anything negative about other sects or the media houses. We just want to portray Kaulantak Nath as he is believed by the Kaulantak Peeth. And if somebody who believes in Kaulantak Peeth and loves Kaulantak Nath wants to know more about IshaPutra Kaulantak Nath, we would love to share more with that person. With the current state of the dharma, where the dharma gurus are being targeted by the media houses and all sorts of Kalnemis getting inside dharma and portraying dharma in a very bad light, we want to compile the life of an ideal yogi, how that yogi, a Siddha yogi, lives, and the importance of a Siddha yogi to the whole world. Because even though we keep hearing about the tragedies with Sanatan Dharma, that these many libraries were destroyed and all sorts of scriptures and rare knowledge of different sciences got lost because of destruction of those libraries. One should not fret a lot on these things, because as long as a Siddha yogi like Kaulantak Nath lives on this planet, a single Mahayogi like that is capable of reviving the whole Dharma for a very long time. Because 50 libraries being destroyed is nothing compared to the amount of knowledge in Kaulantak Nath's great mind, Mahamastishk. So far, we have only been covering smaller details and events of Kaulantak Nath's life. As we go on, we will bring you more information and even knowledge system of Kaulantak Peeth. We will bring to public light a lot of things which have been hidden. Perhaps this is the first time in the last 2000 years that a Kaulachari Siddha Yogi's life has been documented in video and audio format. So far in the history, a yogi, a Mahayogi, a Kaulantak Nath's life has always been shrouded in mysteries. So we are here talking about Kaulantak Nath. We have had many experiences of our own with our association and our love with Kaulantak Nath. But we do not want to share that here. We do not even want to share the divine incidents and miracles in Kaulantak Nath's life. But for somebody who loves Kaulantak Nath and who loves Sanatan Dharma, and somebody who wants to know more about the practices and the philosophy of Kaulantak Peeth, we would love to answer those, but we do not want and we are not answerable to knowledge. Slowly, as we go further in the series, we will unveil not only the life and its incidents in Kaulantak Nath. Slowly, as we go ahead in the series, we will not only uncover various incidences in Kaulantak Nath's life, but we will also bring forward certain knowledge stream of Kaulantak Peeth, Kaulacharya, and other such stream of knowledge so far restricted in Agam and Nigam to public life, to public gaze.
So today we have seen, and today we came to know about Kaulantak Nath IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji's Guru, Shri Siddhant Nath Ji Maharaj. And today we have seen the old cave of goddess Mahakali. It's also known as Mahayogi Gufa, because Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji did many sadhanas over there. And it is believed in Kaulantak tradition that Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji is an avatar. He is an grand personality, but he also born and brought up like us only, like a normal person. Like a normal person, he was born and brought up, he did his college, and at the same time he did sadhanas also. So we can easily say that even though he is now an avatar, no person or God doesn't make anybody by birth an avatar. He becomes avatar, he becomes a grand personality by living a normal life and doing his sadhanas. God doesn't make that person different from others. He makes himself different from others by doing sadhanas. God does not make or he doesn't send a person differently from others to this earth to become an avatar or to become a grand personality. The person himself lives a normal life and he does sadhanas. He goes in search of God or in the search of the he goes in the search of God. Then only he becomes, by doing sadhanas and other things, he becomes an avatar or he becomes an grand personality. So even you, even me, everybody can become an avatar. Everybody can become a grand personality by doing the sadhanas. Otherwise, it's very difficult to know what is really spiritualism. Till now, this much. And in the coming series, we will discuss more about Kaulantak Nath, IshaPutra, Mahayogi Satyendranath Ji and his related things.